Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Today we're doing something a little bit different. We're just doing some work that's got to get done before the snow flies. Now, if you guys saw the video, we had some maple cut down at the house. If not, I'll have it popping up above. Recently, my brother-in-law came over and we took down a big chunk of maple and cleared it up so that the sun would hit the roof of my house and we could get rid of the moss growing and all that good stuff. Now, I was able to take a couple of those logs to the mill and they got all milled up, and I just picked them up today, and now I'm getting ready to stack and sticker them on some cinder blocks. Now, I put them on cinder blocks so that they're up off the ground, kind of like this pile over here, and then we'll throw some tin on top. Now, I didn't go and pick up any tin today. My good buddy Barry's got some tin I can use, but yeah, we're gonna at least get it out of the truck, get it stacked. We'll use some stickers here, we'll cut as we go. But this is the maple. Now, if you notice, this one's not cut. Now, I had hoped it would be, because I thought I was going to have some really nice grain in it. But the problem is there were two large pieces of metal in the tree. Now, that ends up being a big problem when you get logs from in town next to your home on your property. Sometimes you just don't know what's in there. Now, the mill I used said, hey man, we hit something, we're not going to be able to finish cutting that piece. I said, all right, no problem, I get it. You end up having to kind of front the bill on a saw blade. It's just kind of the way it goes, you know. You brought the log that wrecked the blade, no big deal, it is what it is. But this is the blade. Now, he told me this was a brand new blade, and it looks like it. There's not even surface rust. So he said, dude, I put a brand new blade on, I started cutting that maple for you, and it's done. So if you're looking at these teeth, that should have a point. All right, like we're missing, like it's ground right off. See this right here? This should come up to a sharp point, not be flat, okay? That's one of the worst. There's a lot. There's like none. So here's one with a point on it. You guys can see the point right here. They should all look at least like that. And if you notice, like this one's even rolled over. They're shot. So that's why we didn't have this big log right here, this big half cut up, but it's okay. It is what it is. You know, these are things that you kind of work in and you plan for, and stuff happens. But we have all this wood here. We've got this wood here. We're gonna go ahead and get that all stacked and stickered. What I'm gonna do is line up at least one set of cinder blocks and then kind of get it all stacked up, I think, on just one. And the big piece, this guy, probably just leave in log form. Not sure yet if I'm gonna leave it here or bring it back to the house and just cut it up for firewood. Because it's just, we're not going to mill it, you know. We're not going to waste another blade trying to get it done or anything like that. But at least now I know where the bolts are that are in it, or the metal, because when you flip it over, which we're not going to do because I'm not, yeah, anyway, you'll be able to, you could see the two big metal chunks that are in the middle. More than likely bolts, or I don't know, flower hangers or something that was stuffed in there at some point. The tree grew right around them. But yeah, if you guys are here for the first time, give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe. What I'm gonna do is kick you guys into high speed, pop on some tunes, sit you back over here somewhere. We're gonna get this wood unloaded and stacked up today. Alright guys, so I thought I'd slow it down quick as I'm getting some of the wood out. You guys could take a look. So maple is very light. This is like big leaf sugar maple. When it dries, this will look pretty nice. There's a little bit of figure in here where like the branches had come out. Now this piece has a nice little bit of figure in a couple different spots. It's tough to tell with the sunlight. See some of that grain in there, kind of swirls and stuff. This will have some nice figure throughout. Up here, from the weight of the branch, it just creates this curl or flame in the board. That'll be nice, you know, once it gets dry. I'll air dry these until I need them for a project. Now, normally when you air dry like this, it's 1 year per inch at least, and this means, you know, if it's 2 inches thick, it should be at least 2 years air dried. The only thing with that is it's never 100% down to like furniture grade drying, because it's out here. You're constantly getting moisture and rain and things. Now this does help the tin, but as you can see, like this lower piece has got some rain on it just because the tin isn't wide enough. But there's still always a lot more moisture out here rather than kiln drying. But what I end up doing is I get it, you know, dry like this, and then if I need a piece, I do bring it over to the local mill. They have a kiln, they'll throw it in for me. Now there's a difference between drying it from fresh cut and drying it from, you know, when it's been sitting here for a year or two, and he won't have to, and that is he won't have to kiln dry it as long. So it might only go in a week or two, or if it's, you know, fresh cut, it could be in there for a month or two. It just kind of depends how wet it is, you know, all the moisture content. But I wanted you guys to at least kind of get a close up here before we get going too much, get stacking, because once it gets stacking and rolling, you know, can't really see the grain. But let's flip this one over. Let's check out this other side. A little bit of figure over there. It's always nice when they're fresh cut. You got some neat colors. You got some greens and like some reddish colors in here. Some nice figure there as well. These boards will be really, really cool once I get to use them. Make some really nice tabletops, probably even hallway tables, things like that. But yeah, I'm gonna kick you guys back in high speed and get back to work. I gotta get this done. Hey guys, figured I'd slow it back down here for a minute. So these are the last 4 long boards we're gonna get out of the truck, and then we'll stack those short ones on it. That's where we are. Like I said, it's not a lot of pieces. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pieces that are long, and I don't know, something like that are short. But here you guys can see, it might have been in another piece I already threw down as well, but the metal that got that saw blade, there's a bolt, a couple more little bolts or nails. That's that same bolt right there. Looks like these 2 pieces so far. Oh, and this one. Now the rest of that is probably more embedded into the log. Yeah, it's on this side too. That's what that dark spot is right there. Good times. It's kind of a bummer. I really had hoped to get more pieces like this one, this wider piece, out of that log, because we're just getting near the center. He didn't even get a center cut yet, so he was just getting toward the center when he ended up hitting all this. Now I was looking at it and I was thinking, well, he could have rolled it over and just finished cutting here, you know, and at least did this top and stopped short. But I see he started a cut down on that end, and it's probably when he realized, you know what, the blade is the bandsaw blade is completely dead, and he probably didn't want to run the risk of ruining another one. So it's all right. We'll end up chopping it up, using it for firewood, or I'll kick it off at the house like I was saying, and I'll end up using it for something else. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to keep posted on that. We'll have to see. I don't know. But yep, that's where we are. We're about halfway done. You know, we got these little pieces to go. Those 4. Been cutting furring strips with the chainsaw as I go, because I'm not worried about them being perfect or anything. They just got to stretch across there. But yeah, don't go anywhere. If you guys will give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and let's get back to finish this job up. All right, guys, that's it. We are done for today. All the maples stacked up, minus this one off cut. When I get another chance, I'll come back over. We'll level this out and put that off cut up here to help shed water until we get some tin. But that's it for now. Coming over to the truck, got that big chunk, that saw blade, and my little 170 I was using. I've heard people say, geez, these are junk, throw them out. You guys don't even need those. There's no point. There is. If you transport your saw, put that on. Keep your chain sharp. Why let it bounce around and dull your chain? All right, that's enough. Hope you guys have a good day. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe, check out some videos popping up. I'll see you guys later. Bye.